Now this morning I want to show you how to make your computer where nobody can get into it but you, and only you. Now first off, I've got these little plugs right here, and they turn the power on and off. These are different kinds, and I've got different kinds on the wall up here. I use right like this one right here, another one here, another one here, up here, and then over here I made this box and I put hard drives in it, and as you can see I got buttons on them to turn them on and off. Now Alexa, turn on ASUS. You see there? Alexa, turn on my monitor. Now, on my computer, you go into the BIOS by clicking multiple times on the delete button. Now, what you do when you get into the BIOS, you go over to Power Management and go down to the part that says AC back on, and I got it clicked right here as always on. Okay, so when the power goes off, and it'll come back on when the power comes back on. Also, under peripherals, which is your all of your devices on the computer, you go in there and make sure that you get them all like configured, where when you hook up something they'll all come on. You see here, SATA hot plug, SATA power on. See here, you got them, and I got them all enabled, and so whatever I hook on to, it's going to come on. And so let me start my computer now. Now, in order to start my computer, as you can see, it says to sign in, scan your finger on the fingerprint reader. And now here it comes right up as soon as I touch my finger up there. Down here on the bottom I have this little thing that says Net Disabler. I got this off of the internet. It was a free program. As you can see, it says Net Disabler for the 64-bit system that this Windows 11 has. And when I click on that, it comes up over here on the right hand side as being on. Now when I go to use my hard drives, I right click on this and click on Disable. Now how I got this on here, I went into my C drive, into the program files, and I put the Net Disabler inside of here, and then I drug the thing here to the desktop where I could click on it and make it work, because it's a program. Now if you're going to use your hard drives, I'll show you here. I've got two of them right here, this one and this one. I turn on. Now all my personal information is on these other hard drives. I don't keep nothing on my computer whatsoever, as you can see right here. Now the bottom one, the D drive, is the one I use for the church, and as you can see, the two that I just clicked on, one's come up and one hasn't for some reason. There's the other one. Sometimes they're not as fast. Now they are locked because I got BitLocker on them, and so in order to get into them, bear in mind, now look over here on the right, I got the internet off, And the only way I bring them drives up is when I have the internet off, and you still have to enter a password to get them to come online. And when you do, I click on it like this, and you see the BitLocker thing comes up. And if you don't have the password, you're not getting into it. And that's, for one, how they're going to get into it if you're not online. As you can see, I'm not online. There's a little thing right here that shows you that I am not online. Now, I've got drives on this computer I have had since 2005, and I'm using them. And I'm still using them because I only use them when I need to get into the drive. Now, I only have power on them whenever I want it. So, watch when I turn them off. See there? Gone. So if you want to protect your personal information, this is one of the easiest. I don't have any programs on here, the virus protections and all that kind of crazy. I don't have none of that. And what I do, if I have a problem with my hard drive, I keep backup copies. Okay. And right here I got different backups of my computer. So if I have a problem, I've already got a backup hard drive already activated and already ready to go. And so all I do is, if I got a problem where the devil's done got into it and messed over something, I just switch out the hard drive. And being as this solid state, and it's 60 some, let's see, I got 118 gigabyte drive in there, and I got 61 gigabytes of free space. So you do the math, it's almost 60 gigabytes. And it takes my computer 3 to 4 minutes to copy that hard drive using this system I got here. Now, some of the stuff I use on USB, I plug it in right here. And some of them I have hooked directly inside. I'll show you here. Inside of my computer. And here you can see I've got one of these things here that powers on a hard drive. And I got a hard drive here on the bottom. And then I got 2 more here, and then I got my main drive here. And they're all plugged directly into my computer. But none of them is going to work until I flip one of these switches on over here. And it makes power go into them. They don't get the power from the computer, they get the power from the outlet through the switch that I have over here. And so, unless they got an arm that can reach across the internet into my home, you know, and turn that switch on, they can't get the nothing that I have in here that's personal. Everything is personal. And as I showed you up here, I got 2 routers. Yes, I got Alexa, and Alexa is on 24/7, but Alexa is on that little router on the right. Now it gets its internet through the bigger router on the left, but all of Alexa is on that little router on the right. And if you get into Alexa on that little router on the right, you still can't get into that other one on the left. And if you do get into that other one on the left, it's not on, I don't have over the air on it. I got it, I don't have any Wi-Fi on it. Everything on the one on the left is connected by a wire. And so only what's connected to Alexa is on that one on the right, and that's the one with the Wi-Fi. And so if you was to be able to get into my Alexa up there, you still can't get into the other one because it's not Wi-Fi. And so if you did get into it, then there's all these, you know. First off, to get my computer to come online, you got to have the BitLocker, okay, and you got to enter the password. And once you get in it, you're not going to get nothing but an empty hard drive with, yeah, I got stuff on it, but nothing's important. There are things on there that, yeah, if you want to listen to some of my gospel music, you can hear it. You want to look at some of these other things, yeah, that's on there. But anything important, business stuff, or anything that's personal information, you got to turn them switches on. And when you turn them switches on, make sure you have the internet off. And so no matter what they can do out there, I don't care what they can do out there, no matter what it is, they cannot possibly get into my stuff. And so here again, I have another little router right here. It's an 8-port, this little guy right here. It comes off of this computer. I have a wire running to it, and it comes off of it, and it goes to all the different ones, other things in my home that are wired they can't get to. Now, I had people get into my internet years ago, and I know who one of them was, one of my neighbors, and he had downloaded some porn movies, and the cable company turned my internet off because how he broke into my internet and got into it. And so I got that figured out now, because now I've got other programs on here. I'll show you. This is Soft Perfect Wi-Fi Guard. And as you can see, I got my security cameras on there, and I got my computer on right now. And there's that Linksley Internet Gate. That's all that's on there right now. Now, if I was concerned about that one doing, then I got this one here. It's called Who is on My Wi-Fi. And right now, there's nothing on it because I've got the internet off. Now, I've also got this one, which is my Wi-Fi network monitor. All these programs are free, and there's nothing on it there. And I got another one here, and it's not going to work either because I've got the internet off, and it's a network watcher. So all these stuff is to make sure if somebody's getting on my internet, I want to know it. And if they do get on it, they're not going to be able to get anything because everything is password protected. But not only that, is my fingerprint on most of the stuff anyway. And so you have to have that as well. So you know what? You don't have to have these expensive things you have to pay for every month, because I don't have them. And like I said, I use these hard drives, and what I do, like at the church, we don't have any internet out there. Okay, so here I have the church. I got 2 computers at the church, and these are the hard drives that go in them computers. And what I done is I put these things in the front of my computer, and I just plug these in like that right there, and it'll come up. I've got 3 of them here on the front, one from my main drive. So if I have a problem with my main drive right here, I just pull it out and put another one in, clean this one off, and redo it. And I don't keep any personal nothing on it, so it doesn't matter if they want to get in it and play all these games, then fine. I just wipe it off, and it takes 3 or 4 minutes, and put another one on it. And so, you know, people can do what they can do, but you can also protect yourself. You don't have to go through this craziness these people are doing. You fix your computer where these people can't get into it. Now here's these little things right here that I got hooked in my computer, and I took old CD drives, and I pulled the guts out of them, and I put them inside of it, and then I pop riveted in these holes these in it, and so I can plug this into my hard drive, right, and then the other side will plug into my computer. And so let me show you here. right there. And then these other two wires plug into the computer. And so you just take this drive and go over to the computer and plug it in. And these didn't cost, I don't know, $2 or $3 a piece. Or you can buy them things that's already, you know, fixed up, but this is pretty cheap to me. You know, I mean, hey, you don't have to pay for the most expensive stuff out here and deal with that stuff like that. You can have it like ever you want, you know. And this is what I got now. I got an 8-core, and it's 4 something or 4.3, I think, gigahertz. So it's pretty fast. And like I said, I can copy my hard drive that's on it, which is 60-some gigabytes, in less than 3 or 4 minutes. So, you know, why fool up with all this other stuff? I spent lots of time out there fixing hard drives and doing this and doing that. So right now, once I've made my good copy, I put it on the computer. I make a backup. I got Casper, I've got True Image, and I've got Aomi. I have 3 different kinds of backups, and I make a backup and I put it on one of the hard drives, and I also make a backup on another hard drive and activate it and everything, and it's sitting there ready to go in. And so if something happens, boom, I'll pull that one out, and within a minute I'm back up and running just like I was. And the only other thing you have to do is if you've got a lot of internet shortcuts, like I use the internet shortcuts a lot, and you go, and I have Google Chrome. Well, under Google Chrome, they if you open up into it, they got a thing that says export bookmarks. See here? And you can export the bookmarks and put them right back on here within a matter of seconds. And so I make a copy of the bookmarks, and here you can see I keep the copies right there. And so if I have to do that, the only other thing I'll have to do is sign in sometimes to some of the other websites that I was on if I'm changing my stuff around somewhat. But other than that, look at what you're doing. Don't let these people get in and get your personal information. Put it on here. Turn off them hard drives. But before you turn off the hard drives, look at here. The computer's still off. See there? Because NetDisabler has still got it disabled. And it's going to stay that way until I click it to come back on. So think about that. Let this be a help to you and not a hindrance. And you can see here what my computer is saying. I've got 8 cores right here, and see these cores, something's going on right now. Something's trying to get online. See it? And it's using up core number 6 and then 5 and so on. And it's trying to probably do something. So you can watch your computer what it's doing by having one of them on there. And it may be the only way you find out that somebody's trying to get on your computer. And so if it is, what difference does it make? What are they going to find? There's going to be nothing here on mine that they can get to. Nothing. Because unless I have turned my hard drive on. And when I turn it on, yeah, they can get to it then. But the internet's off. So how are they going to? See? And so I can get up there and unplug the modem, or I can unplug the other stuff, but this works. So you think about it. I hope this will help you somewhat keeping your personal information. Now, don't put your bank accounts and stuff like that. I don't do it like that. But what I do is like I showed you. Everything is password protected or with my fingerprint. So this ought to help keep people out of your personal information. Thank you.